Kuwait City is the capital and largest city of Kuwait. Located at the heart of the country on the south shore of Kuwait Bay on the Arabian Gulf, it is the political, cultural and economic center of the emirate, containing Kuwait's Seif palace, government offices, and the headquarters of most Kuwaiti corporations and banks. As of 2018, the metropolitan area had roughly 3 million inhabitants. The city itself has no administrative status. All 6 governorates of the country comprise parts of the urban agglomeration, which is subdivided into numerous areas. In a narrower sense, Kuwait City can also refer only to the town's historic core, which nowadays is part of the Capital Governorate and seamlessly merges with the adjacent urban areas. Kuwait City's trade and transportation needs are served by Kuwait International Airport, Mina Al-Shuwaik and Mina Al-Ahmadi. In the early to mid-1700s, Kuwait City was a small fishing village. Sometime in the mid-1700s, the Bani Utubs settled in Kuwait. At the time of the arrival of the Utubs, Kuwait was inhabited by a few fishermen. In the 18th century, Kuwait gradually became a principal commercial center for the transit of goods between India, Muscat, Baghdad, Persia, and Arabia. By the late 1700s, Kuwait had already established itself as a trading route from the Persian Gulf to Aleppo. Kuwait City is located on Kuwait Bay, a natural deepwater harbor. 90% of Kuwait's population live within the Kuwait Bay coast. The country is generally low-lying, with the highest point being 306 meters above sea level. It has 9 islands, all of which, with the exception of Failaka Island, are uninhabited. With an area of 860 square kilometers, Bubiyan is the largest island in Kuwait and is connected to the rest of the country by a 2,380-meter-long bridge. The land area is considered arable and sparse vegetation is found along its 499 kilometers long coastline. Kuwait's Burgan field has a total capacity of approximately 70 billion barrels of proven oil reserves. During the 1991 Kuwaiti oil fires, more than 500 oil lakes were created covering a combined surface area of about 35.7 square kilometers. The resulting soil contamination due to oil and soot accumulation had made eastern and southeastern parts of Kuwait uninhabitable. Sand and oil residue had reduced large parts of the Kuwaiti desert to semi-asphalt surfaces. The oil spills during the Gulf War also drastically affected Kuwait's marine resources. Kuwait City has a hot desert climate with extremely hot, very prolonged summers and mild, short winters. It is one of the hottest cities in summer on Earth. Average summer high temperatures are above 45 degrees Celsius for 3 months of the year, and during heat waves, the daytime temperature regularly exceeds 50 degrees Celsius with nighttime lows often remaining above 30 degrees Celsius. In winter, nighttime temperatures frequently drop below 8 degrees Celsius. Considering its coastal position and relative distance to the equator in comparison with the hot desert climates in Africa and Saudi Arabia, the heat in the city is rather extreme, being surrounded in almost every direction by the hot desert. Sandstorms occur at times during summer from the Shamal wind. Sandstorms can occur any time of year but occur mostly during summer, and less frequently during autumn. Kuwait has a petroleum-based economy. Petroleum and fertilizers are the main export products. The Kuwaiti dinar is the highest valued currency unit in the world. Petroleum accounts for 43% of GDP and 70% of export earnings. Kuwait is known for its homegrown tradition of theater. Kuwait is the only Arab country in the Gulf region with a theatrical tradition. The Arabic theatrical movement in Kuwait constitutes a major part of the country's Arabic cultural life. Theatrical activities in Kuwait began in the 1920s when the first spoken dramas were released. Theater activities are still popular today. Kuwaiti soap operas are among the most watched soap operas in the Arab world. Most Gulf soap operas are based in Kuwait. Although usually performed in the Kuwaiti dialect, they are aired in the majority of Arabic-speaking countries and are highly popular.